Okay, so I've cut my two pieces of fabric. This is the wider fabric and this is the contrast. And then I have them lined up over here. This is called the selvage, where the natural end is that when you buy the fabric. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn these right sides together and put the selvages back together on each piece. Okay, that's lined up. Now I'm lining this one up. And now I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I'm just going to sew a straight line right here and make 2 tubes. Okay, so I have my fabric in here and I'm just going to sew a straight line across the end. Okay, and now I'm just going to do that also with the other fabric. Alright, now I just am going to open up the seam that I just made and I'm going to iron it open. Okay, and then I'm also going to do that to the other band. And then the next step, while I have my iron out, is that I'm going to fold this in half. This is the contrast band. And I'm going to iron it folded in half all the way around to make it nice, have a nice neat edge. So I'm just going to go around and iron it all the way like that. Okay, so now I have my main fabric turned back right way, and here's the band. Here's the unfinished edge down here. This is the finished ironed edge up here. And I am just pinning the unfinished edge to the skirt right here. I'm just going to go around and pin this so that I can sew these together in just a moment. Okay, so I pinned it all the way around, and now I'm just going to sew in about 1/4 inch all the way around that seam that I just pinned. Okay, next in the girl's tutorial, she has you zigzag this edge and then she has you put a top stitch in here. I don't have time for that, so I just folded it and I'm just ironing this down, and you can see then that it just makes a nice, there's a nice band there, and so I don't need this skirt to have the longevity of those extra stitches, so that's all I do. And now we're going to put in the waistband. So with the skirt like this, you're going to fold over the top. I like to do it a little more than 1 inch because the elastic I have is 3/4 inch, and I want to make sure there's plenty of room to get that elastic through here. And then once you have it folded over, you're just going to go through and pin it so that in a moment we can go put this through the machine and sew along this edge so that we can run the elastic through it. Okay, so I've pinned that so I can run the elastic through in a minute, so I'm just going to do a stitch all the way around here. And I did mark a space. There's a wide space between my last 2 pins because I'm going to need to have a hole where I can run the elastic through, so just remember to save a space. Here's the seam I sewed for the elastic, and the girl on the blog had you put a clothespin on the elastic, which is smart, so that then when you start putting it through this hole and start threading it through, I just gather a bunch on the safety pin and then pull it past it. Of course this isn't going to work for them. And then do it again, and just to kind of just trudge your way through the whole way around the skirt. I got the elastic all the way through, and now I'm going to just overlap it and just put this through the machine real quick to attach these together. So I stitched the 2 elastic pieces together, and now I'm just tucking it back in there, and then I'm going to put this under and do the rest of the hem right there right quick. Work out my elastic all around the skirt. And inside out, and I'll snip my extra little hangy threads. But there you go. There's the skirt.